And welcome to Albany, New York, the home of the 2016 MAAC Women's Basketball Championships here on ESPN3 as we come to you from the Times Union Center in downtown Albany. Semifinal Sunday, number 1 seeded Quinnipiac taking on the 5th seed, the Monmouth Hawks, in our first semifinal of the day. As we take a look now at the updated MAAC bracket, a tournament that started back on Thursday. 7 games already played. Siena and Ryder, a very exciting game on opening day where they played 3 games. They won in overtime. Then they moved to Friday. The lower seeds got to play in the quarterfinals. Quinnipiac knocking off Niagara and Ione getting the best of Siena. And then just yesterday, the higher seeds in the quarterfinals got to play. Marist beat Manhattan, and it was Monmouth upsetting Fairfield, setting up today's semifinals. Quinnipiac and Monmouth, and later to come, Iona and Marist. Welcome, everybody. I'm Dean Darling, along with MAAC Hall of Famer Julianne Viani. We thank you for joining us here in Albany. Chris Williams will be working the sideline in a little bit for us. And Julianne, how about this Quinnipiac team coming in on a roll? They've won 18 games in a row, and they've got the experience of playing here in the semifinals.
There is always that advantage for a team that's been here. But Quinnipiac also graduated a lot of those seniors, so they have a new group that feels they want to make their mark today.
And this Monmouth team, they're playing good ball right now. They have won their last 5 in a row. They come off the upset against Fairfield yesterday.
They were up and down throughout the year, but what matters is that they're peaking at just the right time and playing their best ball in March. We'll see if they can bring that quarterfinal fire here today against a well-oiled machine in the Bobcats.
All right, let's take a look at our key players for this one, brought to you by I Love New York. Winter in New York State means more great things to do than ever. Plan your trip to iloveny.com.
Well, Sarah Olson is Monmouth's veteran who brings all the intangibles and draws a lot of attention. She was on the All-MAAC second team. And then Maria Napolitano is the senior anchor who has been here before and has had a terrific season as well.
Our starting lineups are brought to you by Team Lid Sports. The Monmouth Hawks coming off 11-9 regular season. Tied for 4th. They do get the 5 seed. It'll be Barker, Olson, Bethune, Purvis, and Mitchell, who's the leading rebounder of the team, bringing in 4 caroms a game. For Quinnipiac, 17-3 in a regular season. Got the number 1 seed with a big win last Sunday at Iona. Fabry, who's the daughter of the head coach. Napolitano. Johnson averaging 5 a game. McClure just named the MAAC Rookie of the Year. And Paula Stropmanane named to the MAAC All-Rookie team as well. Our coaches for today, the Monmouth Hawks, led by Jenny Palmatier in her 5th year. Played and coached under Kay Yao at North Carolina State. Also was an assistant at Seton Hall under Ann Donovan. And also at Virginia under the legendary Debbie Ryan. Trisha Fabry, 21st year, 348 career wins, 5 straight 20-win seasons. And just on Friday was named the MAAC Coach of the Year for the 2nd straight season. Quinnipiac leads the overall series 21-16. The two teams split the season series. And Julianne, the interesting tidbit right there is that's the last time Quinnipiac lost was when Monmouth beat them by 3 on January the 2nd.
That's how long it's been since Quinnipiac has lost, and that's the thing that really stands out to me is this is a new team. This is March, so that was early January, and two very different games. One game, Monmouth won. Quinnipiac blew them out the second time around. So Quinnipiac's second half of the year has been unbelievable.
Looking to go down low early in this one. That's Mitchell with the second try. And our first tie-up to the ball game, the officials you just saw on your screen, Michael Schmidt, it's a good crew, along with Ken Kelly and Warren Harding. Ball goes back to the Bobcats. Bobcats having won the 18 in a row. That is the 5th best win streak in the nation.
They have played extremely well, and it's so interesting to me because they are a brand new team, really. I mean, they graduated 5 seniors that made a huge impact from last season. So, new team, that was then, this is now, and they've played hard.
And they've been getting great leadership at the point by Fabry. The turnover there, as Politano could not bring it in.
But here's the thing about this conference. Every single game, you've seen everyone get beat this season. So you never know who's going to show up. And there's been a lot of inconsistency with teams where some teams will come out on fire and then the next game not play well. So you just don't know who's going to show up and what could happen.
Going on the floor right there, Stroplanane for the lead out from McClure.
And that's where Quinnipiac can be dangerous, is when they allow their defense to create their offense in transition. So I think the key is Monmouth's going to have to take care of the ball today.
Hawks coming off a nice win against Fairfield yesterday, 64-46. Really held the Fairfield Stags to poor shooting. They got good efforts from this lady right here, Sarah Olson, who's really the heart of the team at the point guard position. That's she lining up the 3. And it seems Monmouth a little bit tight in the early going.
Yeah, but that's going to happen. You've got to allow the bugs to get worked out after the first few minutes.
McClure to the rim again.
And McClure, the rookie of the year, obviously she's deserved that. She has not played like a freshman this season.
She has good size, 5'11", from Spring Gardens, New York. Highest ranked Quinnipiac player ever recruited. That says a lot because Fabry's had some great players.
Well, she's done everything this year. I mean, she's been shot blocking, passing the ball well. She's really good defensively and long. I mean, I wasn't sure between her and Paula Stroplanane who was going to get that Rookie of the Year award. Usually they do give it to the player that's got more Rookie of the Week awards. That's typically what happens. But Trisha Fabry couldn't have had 2 better freshmen.
They're basically stepping into major roles and really coming on with maturity in the second half of the season. Again, this is a Quinnipiac team that started the year at 0-3 and then won their next 17 to win the league crown in the regular season. Here's Olsen, saw a gap, pretty move.
That's a nice move, and that's because Stroplanane jumped that screen really hard, and Olsen was able to get by her through the lane.
Here's Stroplanane from Latvia, and Mitchell wrestles it down. Short-armed a bit by Purvis.
And not a good shot. It's just really early in the shot clock, and you want to move the ball.
Here's Fabry to reset him. A 2.3 to 1 assist-to-turnover ratio. I mean, they couldn't have found a better point guard.
Yeah, she has managed the floor so well all season long.
Stroplanane open on the elbow.
If you give her any room, she's going to hit that 15-footer. That's right in her wheelhouse. She's played with so much confidence all season.
She had 18 in the win against Niagara on Friday. And there's the answer by the Hawks. Jemiah Bethune had a nice year. 3rd team all-conference MAAC member. Here's McClure looking for the alley. Mitchell brings in 9 rebounds a game, and she's very good on the offensive glass as well. Here's Barker from West Virginia.
And that's what Monmouth has to do. They've got to get the ball going. They want to run the basketball. That's when they're at their best. I don't think that they're as good in the half-court setting. We've seen it all season. So if a team holds into the half-court, they're just not as skilled in that setting. So they've got to move it.
Charbonnet setting up the jumper for McClure. So it's going to be a big day here for Mitchell to control the glass for the Monmouth Hawks, because she's going to have to go against the likes of Strautman and McClure, and now wholesale substitutions, as we have seen before from Coach Fabry.
She goes deep this year, and that's really been beneficial for her. I mean, last year she did the hockey-style subbing. This year she doesn't do it as much, but she's able to go pretty deep with her bench. And in the MAAC tournament, that's big, because the legs start to wear on you after a few games. Jumping inside, Palmatier also went to the bench and brought in Jasmine McCall. She wears number 3. And Jasmine Walker. And this is Brittany Martin. Martucci does a great job getting back. So Martucci, Martin, Mans, McClure on the floor right now. And Sheehan. And you see Monmouth switching guard-to-guard screens.
And Mans, who led the league in three-point accuracy, doesn't take a lot of them, but she makes them when they count.
She is so deadly from out there, and she's got good size, and that's why she's able to get it off so quick.
Here's Walker, and she gets the answer.
It's a really nice return.
Walker knocking down only 28% on threes in the regular season.
It's interesting, though. You get to the MAAC tournament, and players just turn it on. I mean, you just come to compete. This is what you play for.
And McCall is called on a hold right there. Second on the team, first on McCall. Napolitano checking back in. And McClure is out. This is Shewan coming off a career-high 24-point performance and an extra step right there with the ball. All tied up at 9. Both teams stroking the ball pretty well, coming up with some key rebounding.
Know that you will always compete against the best while bringing out the best in yourself. To know that you are joining a family with a rich history in both academics and athletics. To know that you will become one of the future leaders of tomorrow. To focus on one goal, graduation. That's the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference, celebrating 35 years of excellence in academics and athletics.
Want to achieve more than you ever thought possible? At Canisius College, you can. A Canisius education is packed with extraordinary opportunities like top-level scientific research, global service experiences, and real-world connections. Want to intern at a Fortune 500 company? Want to get into the best medical and law schools? Want to be a champion for social justice? You can. Here.
Thanks for the ride around Norfolk, and I just wanted to say Geico is proud to have served the military for over 75 years.
Roger that. Captain's waiting to give you a tour of the Wisconsin now.
Could have parked a little bit closer. It's going to be dark by the time I get there.
Geico, proudly serving the military for over 75 years.
All right, everybody, if this doesn't get your toes tapping, then check your pulse.
The joy of cola, joy of bubbles, joy of fun, joy of Pepsi on your tongue, greatest taste sensation under the sun.
MAAC basketball is brought to you by I Love New York. Winter in New York State, there's something for everyone. Plan your trip at iloveny.com. We're tied up 9-9 in our first semifinal today with Monmouth and Quinnipiac. Got a new member joining us on our sideline today, and it's Chris Williams. Send it over to Chris.
We are down to the Final Four. Both teams to a great start. The Monmouth Hawks coming off a very impressive 64-46 win over Fairfield. Winners of 5 in a row. They're trying to slow down the stifling, red-hot Quinnipiac Bobcats. But with that being said, the Bobcats' 18-game winning streak, again, they do this with a team that boasts no player over 11 points. They deal with team basketball. We look for both of these teams 1 and 2 in scoring. A lot of fireworks this afternoon. I look forward to it.
And Chris, we look forward to hearing your reports throughout the day. And you just saw the win streak. UConn, obviously, the #1 team, 30, but it's nice to have your name mentioned with UConn.
Yeah, I think they're also #2 in Connecticut, in the New England area,
yeah, they
to
are.
UConn. So that's not bad company. Nobody competes with UConn.
And again, Quinnipiac with 5 straight 20-win season, a winning mark of over 77%. That's just behind UConn up in the New England region. This is Shewan with a nice turn. Put back by Mance, but got an offensive foul on a clear out. Mans has been a pleasant find. She's been doing a lot of different things this year besides stroking the three. She's been a presence defensively and also on the glass. Monmouth Hawks so far 4 of 9 from the field. And they like the up-tempo game. They come in averaging over 66 a game. Jenny Pometier has been able to use her bench this year. McCall, Walker, people like that coming off the bench. She'll also get Dana Carbone into the lineup at times, and also Erica Ballman, who is a 6'5" freshman.
They don't go quite as deep as Quinnipiac, but they do go deeper than some teams in the MAAC. Now, Jenny Pometier did lose Helena Kurt, who is a really good player from Sweden this season. She tore her ACL, which was a tough loss for them, but they've filled her shoes as much as possible. And Mitchell's got such a flat shot, but she gets it up.
Yeah, she doesn't leave her feet.
She doesn't get
so
off
you
the
can't
floor
call the
at
jump
all.
shot, right?
It's the strangest thing.
And that's hard to do from
Yeah.
three-point district.
You got to be fairly strong to only use your arms.
That lady used her arms right there. Jasmine McCall, again, named the MAAC 6 co-player of the year.
She's such a spark plug off the bench.
Averaging 8 a game in the regular season. Alexis Lewis joined her as the co-player.
She's one of those players that can just create her own shot, so that's really key in women's basketball.
McCall comes away with the rebound. And that one rattles in from McCall. A couple big hoops.
Yep, but see, she does it again. She creates her own shot with the dribble. She can elevate like a guy, and she's just very athletic, so she gets it off.
And the answer by Napolitano. She was just short on the earlier shot. This time she rings up the three.
And you know she's going to get going. She usually gets her points.
Well, the MAAC Award winners just announced on Friday. Tori Giroux, your old school, Marist named Player of the Year. McClure, the rookie. Amani Tatum, we had one game where she had 11 steals for the Jaspers back in the regular season. Alexis Lewis, the Coast 6 Player of the Year, along with Jasmine McCall. Olsen, along with Bethune. And Michael Schmidt, who's in charge today, has a foul going against the Monmouth Hawks. Bethune on the foul, third on the team. Shisha Fabry. Didn't know really what to expect out of her team. They had their problems early in the year, just trying to get the right chemistry, the right mix. But man, have they picked it up since the third day of January.
Well, they were all looking to pass first, and when she took them aside earlier in the season, she said, I want you to look to shoot first. This team has got to change their mindset. She's an offensive-minded coach in a lot of ways, and that's why you can see that they have a high percentage shooting. They've got a lot of scorers. But after 9 or 10 games, they changed some offensive schemes because they could see at that point where their strengths and weaknesses are.
And Chris mentioned during his report about the balance that they have. Napolitano wide on that one. There's Bauman losing it. Last touch by Quinnipiac. 7 different players averaging between 6 and 11 points in the regular season. And you see the field goals. The Hawks 6 of 14. And the three-point shooting. Quinnipiac's made 2 of their first 3. Liz Olsen transferred in from NJIT a couple years ago. Just went over the 1,000 career point mark earlier this year. 3-second violation on the Hawks.
And these are things the Hawks can't afford, are things that are unforced. Turnovers that are unforced are not going to help them at all because Quinnipiac is known to capitalize off of teams' turnovers.
4th miscue on the Hawks, and Quinnipiac with the ball back. They drilled Niagara in the quarterfinals on Friday, 74-51. And the luxury of being the number 1 or 2 seed, you get the day off on Saturday to prepare for today's semifinal Sunday. With an offensive foul, as Parker picked it up.
Stroutman not happy, but the refs are calling it tight. I mean, they're calling the charges. You've got to be able to use your pull-up jumper in today's game, at the men's level and the women's level, because you're going to get players that are going to take the charge now if you're outside the semicircle. And the mid-range game is a lost art. I always say it. So when a player can do it, I love it.
Pick off there by Stroutman. Now, the one blemish on Stroutman's record this year is the foul disqualification. She's fouled out of 11 games.
Yeah, she has. She's a little bit aggressive on the defensive end at times, and that's a freshman thing, too.
Brittany Johnson, Stroutman, second on the team in rebounding. And McClure comes away with it.
Nobody putting a body on anyone, and it's going to lead to a 3. Yep, that's what happens.
2 threes in the opening quarter from their leader, Maria Napolitano.
You give them second and third chances, they're gonna nail one.
And it came right off the Bauman.
That's a good job, though, crashing the glass. As many as those as they can possibly get. They're just 50-50 balls, the rebounds on the offensive end.
And the Hawks will get it back. So the Hawks were kind of getting their way through the season, but then they caught fire at the end of the year, won their last 4 regular season games, and also came up with the win against Fairfield yesterday, 64-46 for that 5th straight win.
Well, Jenny Palmatier told us earlier in the season that their area of improvement could be consistency. They just have struggled a little bit this year with that. But fundamentally, they've got 5 offensive players when they go pretty deep. So they can get 5 offensive players on the floor.
There's a put-back attempt as the Monmouth Hawks really helping out the guards on the glass. McClure on her first, 4th on the team. And Jasmine Walker at the free throw line. She's a senior from North Brunswick, New Jersey. And normally a really good free throw shooter at 76% on the year.
Walker's probably been the most consistent player this year.
Walker and McCall coming off the bench for Palmatier. And she breaks a 15-15 tie. So down to the final 15 seconds of the opening quarter. Tucci setting up Stroutman. Good ball movement. Jenny Palmatier wanted an over-the-back call on McClure. It happened right in front of her bench. The ball goes back to the Hawks with 0.8 of a second. So the shot doesn't get off in time. But the Monmouth Hawks come back from an early deficit to lead after 1 quarter of play, 16-15 over the reigning champs of the MAAC.
The MAAC wanted the best court to showcase their tournament. Horner Flooring has delivered. The MAAC and Horner hope you enjoy every hardwood tournament. MAAC fans, be sure to visit MAACsports.com to stay up to date on all the latest information about your favorite MAAC team.
Yes, I can. Coach, solid start to the basketball game. What area of concern do you have right now?
Well, I think we got to make sure that we don't give up any big runs, you know. I mean, Quinnipiac's a team that can score a lot of points in a hurry. We got to protect the three-point line a little bit better.
But again, we know both teams can score the basketball really well. How about the defense? Are you happy with the defense thus far?
I am, but I want to guard the three-point line just a little tighter.
Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the court at the time of today's triple shot competition brought to you by the Renaissance Hotel. Both of today's contestants have 30 seconds to make a layup, a free throw, and a three-pointer. Whoever finishes or gets to the corners will win an act live back. It's a nice welcome for Annalise and Megan. They have to be on their jerseys. All right, girls, you may begin now. Both have the layup. Got about 15 seconds. Over and out. Now it's good. Give back 10 seconds. And the lead. You got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. We have a winner. Congratulations, Megan. Good job, girls.
1 quarter in the books of our first semifinal today, featuring Monmouth and Quinnipiac. And Monmouth with the 16-15 lead. And Chris Williams just caught up with Monmouth's head coach, Jenny Palmatier.
Coach, solid start to the basketball game. What area of concern do you have right now?
Well, I think we got to make sure that we don't give up any big runs, you know. I mean, Quinnipiac's a team that can score a lot of points in a hurry. We got to protect the three-point line a little bit better.
But again, we know both teams can score the basketball really well. How about the defense? Are you happy with the defense thus far?
I am, but I want to guard the three-point line just a little tighter.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Chris. And how about this Quinnipiac team? They dropped 95 points in the second meeting against Monmouth. And
Well,
obviously there were runs in that game.
Yeah, that's why Jenny said we want to cover the three-point line a little bit better and not allow them to go on runs. And she's absolutely right, because Quinnipiac is a team that if you allow them to get too far ahead, and I'm not going to compare them to UConn, but if you look at a team like UConn in their respective leagues, you can't get back. So you've got to stay close.
Fabry, great hustle coming back to rescue that rebound off the miss by Napolitano. One of the keys in that first quarter was the rebounding, as the Hawks out-rebounded the Bobcats by 4.
That was key.
Stoutman, an easy route to the basket.
She just is a matchup nightmare for teams. They don't know how to cover her because she's a tweener that can turn and face like a guard, but she's also a post player. And I mean, I've seen her play so many times this season, and teams just have a hard time covering her.
Basically, she can play positions 1 through 5 when you think about it. And she's good off the bounce. We just saw that on the baseline route.
Versatile players are really sought out for in today's basketball game.
Yeah, it's that kind of game. You're right.
Wide open, the European style has really affected the men's and women's game.
Shot clock dwindling at 5 seconds. Olsen looks to go one-on-one. The theft there by Fabry. Good job protecting the ball to the rim.
And Monmouth is not taking care of the basketball, and that's what's going to happen every time. And a great anticipation by Fabry. And Napolitano just went down hard in the lane.
She's down at the foul line, and they stop play.
I didn't even see it. I just saw her fly.
Comes up hobbling. She is the leader of this team.
And that's when Olsen was cutting. I think she was making a curl cut.
And Tricia Fabry upset over on the bench about her player going down.
Now, Napolitano was on her tight, and sometimes that can happen inadvertently when you're making a cut, but that looked painful.
She's a tough cookie, and she's been through the war as a fourth-year member of this team, and they're going to give her time to get a little air back in her lungs and try and walk off what appears to be a leg injury. And Napolitano will go to the bench. Good to see her get up that quick, though. She was writhing in pain for a little bit on the floor.
It was hard to tell whether it was like a dirty play or not, but it didn't look like it. It looked like Olsen was trying to cut, but Napolitano definitely is not a player you want to see. I mean, you don't want to see anyone hurt, but she's a key component for Quinnipiac.
And this is a young lady that gets it done in the classroom as well. Two-time MAAC All-Academic team member. She's majoring in history at Quinnipiac. Remember that team last year? They went 31-4 and basically just went through the MAAC like Swiss cheese. Won all 20 games in the regular season, swept the playoffs, knocked off Marist in the finals last year. Here's a look at it.
Yeah, it's still kind of tough to see what Olsen did before that. We just see her fly. I don't know if Olsen put her arm out and shoved her. Let's look at it from this angle. She was putting her hand up looking for the ball, and then she lifted her left hand. It looked inadvertent as she was trying to go back door. But she definitely put her hand on her.
So we have an officials review right now to determine if it's more serious than
right. They want to see if it's a flagrant one, and it wasn't at her head, but they can review it. Let's look at it. She could be called for the foul there. She kind of shoved her, but I just don't know that it was intentional.
Yeah, you can't come up with your arm around the neck area.
Right. You're going to get a flagrant one.
So it's being explained to both head coaches. And again, our officials today, Michael Schmidt, Ken Kelly, and Warren Harding.
They may call this a flagrant one.
And this comes at the 8:46 mark of the second quarter. Quinnipiac leading it 19-16.
It's tough because when you're stopping on one foot and then you're looking to go back door, you're taught to switch your hands when you put your left hand up because you're looking for the ball going back door. But Napolitano was on her so tight. That's what happened. It was like a collision.
So basically, two second-team all-conference players colliding right there. Olsen just named to that honor back last Monday. So an inconclusive monitor review, and we play on. Quinnipiac in the lead by 3. Mitchell touching up now for McCall, joined by Olsen, Walker, and that one fell.
Nice post-entry pass that time. He put it in Purvis's hands, right where she needs it, and she was deep enough to get it off.
Thais Purvis from Queens, New York, transferred in from Monroe Community College a couple years ago. So Purvis picks up the personal right there. Quinnipiac in their third year of existence in the MAAC. 5-1 MAAC playoff record. They lost their first year in the MAAC in the championship game to Marist, but got redemption last year and beat Marist in the title game. Saved there by Stroutman. Here's Fabry, got a clear look to the basket. Purvis on the rebound. Put back by Mitchell. And that's what she excels at.
Yeah, and there's something she needs to do more of. And she towers over a lot of the players around her, and she's got an ability to get to the rim. Those are garbage points that she's got to continue to pick up.
The latest rank had her 28th in the nation in offensive rebounds. Stroutman, pretty dump down for Schillen, who fumbled it. Shot clock at 8 seconds. And McClure's called for the over the back. Well, Jenny Palmatier was looking for that earlier.
That's the way to put yourself in the position, though. Walker boxed her out. She put her butt into her body into her, and you don't see that enough. You can't walk in against Quinnipiac, or players will pick up the offensive foul, but a good job doing the little things.
Well, the MAAC Rookie of the Year has to go out with 2 personal fouls.
And that hurts. She won't be back in the rest of the half. I'd be surprised if she does.
There's McCall stuffed out by Mans, who had just come in off the bench.
Nice help defense. You've got to know how to kick it out in that situation.
Shun, a native from Russell, Ontario, Canada. And Mitchell with the swat.
Nice job by Mitchell. Good hands. And she maneuvered her body not to foul and just get the block off.
Here's Olsen. Hit a dead spot right there on the back of the rim. Martucci in transition. And again, the Hawks doing a good job boxing out, as you had just attested to. Monmouth 14-16 overall in the year. They went 11-9 in the MAAC regular season and ended up tied for 4th, come in as the 5 seed. Beat Fairfield yesterday, the 4 seed, and a fumble there by Mitchell. Bauman's back in for Mitchell. You know, they had a really nice year when you think about it. Olsen named 2nd team all-conference, Bethune 3rd team, and then McCall named the Co-6th player of the year. I think they surprised some people this year.
They did. I think that Jenny's pretty happy about the position that they're finishing in. They wanted to finish in the first half of the league, and you know, the last few years they've been in the middle to the bottom. It is hard in the tournament.
And Mans gives them some energy off the bench.
Nice.
And Monmouth is very good off the bounce, creating foul situations.
They've got some players that can create shots for themselves. And whenever they can get it up quick, good things happen.
So Martucci gets her 2nd foul to join McClure in those ranks. Monmouth as a team this year knocked down just a shade under 66% from the line. Martucci taken out with the 2 fouls. Brittany Johnson will check in. So Fabry's got to play with the bench a little bit, and she's used to that. McClure's out. Napolitano's out with an injury for the time being, and now they just see Martucci go out, who's an experienced player.
Well, we've seen this happen with Quinnipiac before, and they seem to hang on to leads despite that, and in the second half, they come full force.
And they finished the season so strong. A game you and I called a week ago today that was basically a playoff game. It was for the MAAC regular season title, and they went to New Rochelle and beat Iona.
And Iona was up a lot of the game.
Early, 13-2. Fabry called the timeout. She changed up 4 out of the 5 players, and basically they never looked back after that.
Stroutman was in foul trouble in that first half. She came in the second half and was on fire, and they just know how to pull out wins.
Stroutman spots a wide open Fabry. Back tap for Johnson. And Olsen's going to be called for a hold. So the first one on Olsen, 3rd here in the second quarter on the Hawks with 5:32 remaining. Jasmine Walker will come in for Jasmine McCall. They're both coaches because it's a tournament where you've got to win the 3 games. You have to utilize their bench, and we've seen it throughout basically Thursday through here today on Sunday. Here's Mans pushing one up.
And what's happening is Monmouth is really putting themselves in good positions on the glass. They're boxing out well, and it's causing some fouls on Quinnipiac's end.
Second one.
Yeah. Well, she'll be out for the rest of the half. So that's Stratmane and McClure. And you've got to give Monmouth credit.
Schuin checks in. But again, the depth of Quinnipiac will be tested. And again, Fabry played about 11 players a game throughout the season. And Olsen, known for her three-point accuracy, knocked down 70 in the regular season.
That was all because of the dribble penetration. You dribble, drive, and kick out. And that's the way to do it.
Good deflection there by Walker.
And that's got to be a pass to Olsen. Olsen had the better angle.
And the other thing is Walker made it into a more difficult shot. So the Monmouth Hawks with a 2-point lead. 4:31 left here in the second quarter. Taking on the 1-seed Quinnipiac.
I'm Mike Richter, and I love New York. There's no place like it in the world, especially in the winter. You know I love to play on the ice, but I also love the snow. New York has over 50 ski mountains, more than any other state. So carve some turns, catch some air, or snowmobile in a state with over 10,000 miles of trails. New York State is a winter wonderland. So plan your trip at iloveny.com. There's something for everyone.
Deep within you is a relentless drive. You come prepared. You come willing to work. You come to win. Discover the Performance Protein Bar made just for you. Come ready. 24 grams of protein, 5 grams of fiber, no sugar alcohols. One unbelievably awesome taste. Come ready. You don't quit, and neither should your bar. Come ready for the competitor in you.
You must do the thing you think you cannot do.
The mind is everything. What you think, you become.
It is not best that we should all think alike.
He who learns but does not think is lost.
The main purpose of life is to live rightly, think rightly, act rightly.
Oh, the things you could think of if only you try.
Fulfill your educational goals on a 22-acre private residential campus just minutes away from the world's economic, cultural, communications, and entertainment center, New York City. For more than 160 years, Manhattan College has promised a Lasallian Catholic education featuring 5 schools of study that challenge students to excel academically while providing career opportunities second to none. Find out what Manhattan College can promise your future.
And welcome back to our coverage here at ESPN3. A look at our bracket. Again, the tournament that started on Thursday, moved into the quarters on Friday and Saturday. And Quinnipiac and Monmouth lining up here in our first semifinal. And then at the bottom of your screen, our second one coming up at 1:30 Eastern time here at ESPN3. Number 2, Iona, and number 3, Marist. And for Marist, that will be the 13th consecutive appearance in the semifinals. Napolitano has come back on after missing about 4 minutes and 10 seconds of action after getting down on the floor, getting knocked down. at the free throw line several minutes ago.
Well, it's good to see her back on the floor, and nothing serious happened to her, but she fell pretty hard. And we'll see if it shakes her up at all, or if it fires her up. Sometimes things like that can really fire you up as a player. I know it did me. But there were times where I've gotten shaken up, though, from just getting hurt in some way.
Yes. Then go for Walker, contested there with Shewan. They're just both grappling for the ball, no harm. Tied ball will keep it on the near end. You had some success here in this building, that's for sure.
Yeah, I had some fun in the Times Union Center, and I think here we'll see Shewan, and then Napolitano's hurt again. She's limping behind the play there. Oh, she must have really done something to her ankle or something.
Dave Freeman, who handles our stats, saw her come racing out of the locker room up to the scorer's table and check into her team's huddle.
But I don't see what happened there. It looked like she was outside of the play.
And she came in. I don't know if she misstepped.
Yeah. She's not looking good here.
She gets assistance as they take her off to the nearby bench. Don't want to speculate what it could be. Obviously something to do with her leg. Her left leg is wrapped pretty heavily as well, so it could be the occurrence of an older injury. So the spiritual leader of Quinnipiac is out for this game for the time being.
Well, she was in the play, and I wonder if she just came down funny and she got hit after the fact. I think that she might have grimaced when she went up to get the rebound and came down funny.
Edel Thornton, who has had her own injury problems this year, missing 14 games with a stress fracture, stopped abruptly and dragged the pivot foot.
We'll see how Quinnipiac responds to their leader, their floor general being out of the game here, because it can sometimes throw you off as a team, and like I said, it can also do the opposite and really pump you up.
And this is a team that's been through the wars, Quinnipiac. Very cohesive unit. And Johnson on a block. So they win the 20 last year. They win 17 this year in the regular season. So they go 37-3 in the regular season the last 2 years after coming over from the NEC. And interesting enough, Monmouth did the same thing. So they used to meet each other in the NEC playoffs.
Old rivalries in a new league.
Really. Bobcats come away with it. Fabry with 3 assists so far in the ball game. Here's Shewan. Yeah,
not a good shot. Shewan goes so quick in the shot clock. You're going to get that if you reverse the ball a few times.
There's Mitchell. She hopped at one time. So the turnover is starting to play a factor in this one. That's the 10th one already on the Hawks. 6 so far on the Bobcats. Mans, Fabry, Shewan out there with Johnson and Thornton. Quinnipiac, this is their second neutral site game since Friday. They won their opening game against Niagara, 74-51 to that 18th straight win. But being tested here in the first half against the 5 seed Monmouth Hawks. Shot clock down to 4. That would be a shot clock violation. Been impressed with Monmouth's defense. Here they come in ranked last in the league in defense, giving up over 68 a game. And kind of stayed in their lanes.
They've been pretty erratic all year on the defensive end. As we said before, Quinnipiac scored in the 90s against them the last time. And I think that that's important, though. I mean, obviously, Jenny Palmatier told them going into this tournament, you've got to play defense in order to win games. And they're doing a much better job today, tightening up on that end.
And a takedown right there. Good position on the baseline by Johnson. Jemiah Bethune was in the area, but Purvis on the takedown. And she comes up holding her elbow. She hit the floor hard. So Parker will come back.
It's getting physical. I mean, these are teams that are hungry.
Yeah, there's no tomorrow for the Monmouth Hawks when you think about it. A sub-500 record coming in where Quinnipiac is protected, at least for the WNIT, because they won the MAAC regular season crown.
Yeah, but who wants to? I mean, I will be speaking from a player's perspective. It's great to go to WNIT, but they want the NCAAs. Definitely. I mean, that's always the goal. So to be sure of that, you've got to win it in this conference.
Bethune in her second personal. Yeah, Quinnipiac's gotten a taste of what it's like to go to the NCAA tournament. Got to play
nothing like it
over in Oklahoma City last year against the Oklahoma Sooners. Won those 31 games. And everybody thought maybe it was going to be a little bit of a down year this year for the Bobcats, and they have responded. 23-7 coming into this game, and ranked number 21 in the latest mid-major poll.
Well, everyone said they couldn't do it, and I think that's fueled them.
Suen turned the corner neatly.
Suen is so good at finding the gaps, and she's got that length to her where she doesn't need too many dribbles to get to the rim.
Had a great day yesterday, knocking down 10 of 13 shots, 24 points. Now goes up amidst the shot clock. Mackenzie Barker, they found her out of Beaumont, West Virginia. That lady right there did. Jenny Palmatier. Jenny is also bringing in a host of new players because she's losing a bunch of seniors this year. She feels good about the program in the future.
And you see Monmouth switching to this 2-3 zone. They've been changing it up a bit to throw Quinnipiac off. But Schuen's been able to really pick that zone apart. When she catches it at the high post, she turns and faces, and she's just penetrating to the hoop.
And when you think about it right now, that's the Marist Red Foxes getting ready to take on the 2 seed, the Gales of Iona. Napolitano, leading scorer on the regular season, out. McClure, second leading scorer, 8.5 a game. She's out with 2 fouls. Straubene, fourth on the team and second leading rebound. She's out with 2 fouls.
If this is the time for Monmouth to take control of the game, it's now, and they have it. There's only a minute 25 left. It's still a tie game. So if you're Trisha Fabry, you're happy about this right now.
Mitchell picked up her second foul right there. And Quinnipiac taking the 1-point lead.
You take the lead with your best players, a couple of your best players on the bench.
Here's Olsen going long distance, her second triple.
Buckets. She is buckets from out there. She doesn't need much room, and that was about 5 or 10 feet behind the arc.
She's got a quick release as well. And the answer by Mans.
And the problem is that when you hit a shot, you can't celebrate. You've got to be able to get back and get a stop. And you see Sarah Olsen here, and a quick release. She comes off, steps right into her shot, but then at the other end, they give up a shot. I mean, you've got to be able to get back. And Mans has been tough.
Johnson now with 2 fouls. A little bit of a hit check that time on Jasmine Walker. This would do a lot for the Monmouth program, take a lead to the locker room, because it's unbelievable the record Quinnipiac has over the last 2 seasons. When they lead at halftime, they're 42-0.
It's unreal. I mean, you and I talked about that before the game, and I was just like, wow. You know, got a high statistic if they're ahead. So it would look good for Monmouth. Not that I think Monmouth pays attention to that sort of thing, but still.
Johnson on a misfire. They grapple again for the loose ball. Bobcats will keep it. So 34 seconds left here in the second quarter. And Jenny Palmatier will take the timeout. With Monmouth in the lead by 2. Monmouth played great defense yesterday against Fairfield. Fairfield goes into 4 seed. The MAAC preseason favorite were the Stags. They just got up there, got on them early. Actually, in the third quarter is where the game turned significantly. They outscored Fairfield 19-2 in the third quarter and then coasted from there on in.
Well, it starts on the defensive end no matter what. I mean, I'm a big believer of that. I mean, I came from a program where defense was first. You think about what the Denver Broncos do. I mean, they did it defensively. That creates your offense. And Jenny Palmatier did tell us earlier in the season that defensively we've got to improve, especially our half-court D. They need to be more solid and hold people to lower percentages. That was their Achilles heel this year. They've got some scorers, but they've improved, and it's good to see them improving when it really counts in this tournament.
Bad foul right there by Parker. First one on her. Both teams into the bonus situation, late stages here of the first half. So Morgan Mans will shoot 2 from Southbury, Connecticut. MAAC all-academic team as well. Jenny Palmatier working with her team. She's a New Jersey resident from Perth Amboy, New Jersey. Played college ball at North Carolina State.
Hey, one of the finest coaches of all time.
Final 20 seconds of the first half.
It's a good job, though, by Monmouth. They want to take the last shot.
2-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. There's the step back. Great rebounding there by Mans.
Good defense by Quinnipiac.
Fabry got it off in time. Oh, just short. So Fabry got it to the midcourt line, fired one up, and the Monmouth Hawks are tied up with the 1 seed, the Bobcats of Quinnipiac at 28.
Just simple stuff, defense and any surprise. Excellent job in that first half. Both teams able to score the basketball. Any concerns with the defense in the second half?
I think we're doing a great job. I think most importantly we have to find the shooters early. I think they got a little too many open looks, but other than that I think we're doing a great job in securing rebounds.
Well, to the average fan, they would expect Quinnipiac to possibly come in and just really take over this basketball game. Any surprise on your part and your teammates?
Not at all. We were the last team to beat them, and I knew that we were going to come out hard. We got 6 seniors on this team. They don't want this to be their last game, so I knew that we were going to come out and land the first punch.
Have a great second half.
Thank you.
Thank you. Chris Williams. Both teams came out very aggressive in that first half, scoring the basketball. Any concerns with the defense on your part?
I mean, I think we're playing pretty good defense. I mean, we have to grab a couple more boards. And, they hit a couple of threes in the, towards the end, but I think we're doing all right. I think we're fine. I think we just need to settle a little on offense.
Well, with Maria going down with the injury, any concerns about her coming back? I know she's the inspirational leader of the team.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's, Maria's an unbelievable player, so it's hard to have her down. But, this is a time where other people need to step up and be leaders, so I think we can do it.
Thank you so much. Have a good second half.
Today's halftime entertainment is brought to you by the New York Lottery. Please welcome the Monmouth cheer team.
All tied up at halftime between the 5 seed Monmouth Hawks and the number 1 seed Quinnipiac Bobcats at 28-28. Chris Williams just had a chance to talk with Monmouth's leading scorer, Sarah Olson.
Excellent job in that first half. Both teams able to score the basketball. Any concerns with the defense in the second half?
I think we're doing a great job. I think most importantly, we have to find the shooters early. I think they got a little too many open looks, but other than that, I think we're doing a great job in securing rebounds.
Well, to the average fan, they would expect Quinnipiac to possibly come in and just really take over this basketball game. Any surprise on your part and your teammates?
Not at all. We were the last team to beat them, and I knew that we were going to come out hard. We got 6 seniors on this team. They don't want this to be their last game, so I knew that we were going to come out and land the first punch.
Have a great second half.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And a look at our MAAC Basketball Championships updated bracket. Again, the tournament starting on Thursday with 3 games, a little different look this year. And then if you've got the number 1 or 2 seeds like Quinnipiac and Iona, you played on Friday and got the day off on Saturday if you won. Here in the semifinals coming up next, we've got Iona and Marist at 1:30 on ESPN3, the 2-3 seeded game. And coming up next, we will take a look around the league. We got some award winners to dish out. We'll tell you about that when we return after this.
All right, everybody, if this doesn't get your toes tapping, then check your pulse.
Ba 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 ba. The joy of cola, joy of bubbles, joy of fun, joy of Pepsi on your tongue. Greatest taste sensation under the sun. Ba 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 ba. Pepsi Cola.
Know that you will always compete against the best while bringing out the best in yourself. Know that you are joining a family with a rich history in both academics and athletics. To know that you will become one of the future leaders of tomorrow. To focus on one goal, graduation. That's the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference, celebrating 35 years of excellence in academics and athletics.
The right education can inspire you to do anything. Challenge yourself. Prepare for success. This is your moment to create, explore, discover, matter to each other and to the world. Be inspired to do anything at Monmouth University.
Deep within you is a relentless drive. You come prepared. You come willing to work. You come to win. Discover the Performance Protein Bar made just for you. Come ready. 24 grams of protein, 5 grams of fiber, no sugar alcohols. One unbelievably awesome taste. Come ready. You don't quit, and neither should your bar. Come ready for the competitor in you.
Yeah, welcome back to halftime here in Albany. You see the numbers. Monmouth and Quinnipiac all tied up at 28-28 this past Friday. The MAAC announced its Player of the Year awards. Here's a look at this year's candidates.
All MAAC first team, Kristen Schatzline, Fairfield University. Schatzline, a 6-foot-tall senior guard from Tyler, Connecticut, ranked 5th in the MAAC with 2.2 made three-pointers per game and 1.3 assist-to-turnover ratio. 9th with 3 assists per game and 13th in scoring with 11.6 points per game while averaging 36 minutes per game, which ranks 2nd in the MAAC. Joy Adams, Iona College. Adams, a 5'11" senior forward from Orlando, Florida, was a unanimous selection to the All-MAAC first team. Adams finished 2nd in the MAAC with 14.7 points per game and tied for 1st with 12.1 rebounds per game. Adams was 1st in conference with 4.5 offensive rebounds per game and 3rd in conference with 2.1 steals per game. She was named MAAC Player of the Week 3 times this season. Adams is a repeat All-MAAC first team selection. Marina Lizarazu, Iona College. Lizarazu, a 5'8" junior guard from Madrid, Spain, joins her teammate on the All-MAAC first team. Lizarazu finished 2nd in the MAAC with 5 assists per game and 155 total assists. She finished 7th in conference with 12.1 points per game while averaging 1.8 steals, good for 5th in the MAAC, while playing 34.7 minutes per game, the 4th most in conference. Sydney Coffey, Marist College. Coffey, a 6-foot senior guard from Hopkins, Maine, was second in the MAAC with 15.4 points per game. She finished second in conference with a 2.1 assist-to-turnover ratio, fourth in conference with 3.7 assists per game, and sixth in conference with a 44.1 field goal percentage. Coffey, unanimous selection to the All-MAAC first team, was named MAAC Player of the Week on December 14th. Tori Giroux, Marist College. Giroux, a 6'3" senior center from Cortland Manor, New York, finds herself on the All-MAAC team with her teammate after a great all-around season for the Red Foxes. The four-time MAAC Player of the Week finished first in the MAAC with 18.8 points and tied for first with 12.1 rebounds per game. Giroux also finished first in conference with a 49 field goal percentage, 3 block shots per game, and 9.3 defensive rebounds per game. Giroux was a unanimous selection to the All-MAAC first team and is a repeat All-MAAC first team selection. MAAC Women's Basketball Player of the Year, Tori Giroux, Marist College.
There you get a look at our All-MAAC first teams. And Sydney Coffey and Tori Giroux, bookends there for the Foxes. Lizarazu and Adams for Iona, well represented. Kristen Schatzline right there in the middle. A senior who just played her last game here yesterday for Fairfield and our MAAC Player of the Year again. Tori Giroux from the Red Foxes, who led the league in scoring and rebounding. When we come back, we'll take a look at some of the highlights from this first half. Tied up 28-28, Monmouth and Quinnipiac.
Hey, guess what day it is?
Hump day!
Hump day! It's hump day!
Yeah.
Hey, Mike! Mike!
Mike!
Guess what day it is? Hey, Camel! Guess what day it is?
It's not even Wednesday.
Let it go, Phil. If you're a camel, you put up with this all the time. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Okay.
I'm Mike Richter, and I love New York. There's no place like it in the world, especially in the winter. You know I love to play on the ice, but I also love the snow. New York has over 50 ski mountains, more than any other state. So carve some turns, catch some air, or snowmobile in a state with over 10,000 miles of trails. New York State is a winter wonderland. So plan your trip at iloveny.com. There's something for everyone.
Knowing that Niagara University has been named a best value means that it's one of the best investments that you can make in an education. I want parents to think about a Niagara University education as a great investment in their child's future.
There's a lot of talk about teachers not getting jobs these days. Our students are getting jobs. We have schools calling us asking for our most recent graduates, which is very exciting. Our success depends on the students' success at Niagara University. We want you to be the best student that you can be.
The ball is tipped, and there you are. You're running for your life. You're a shooting star. One shining moment is all on the line. One shining moment. That's good.
A little bit of a surprise here in our first semifinal of the day today. Monmouth and Quinnipiac all tied up 28. Quinnipiac comes in the number 1 seed. Monmouth the number 5 seed, who upset yesterday Fairfield, the 4 seed. Welcome back to our coverage here on ESPN 3, along with Julianne Viani. I'm Dean Darling. And Julianne, it was kind of an ebb and flow type of first half. Quinnipiac got the early lead, then Monmouth did a good job. Both teams had leads of 4, but a significant thing happened during the course of that first half. Well, a couple different things for Quinnipiac. Napolitano, their leading scorer, goes down. What appears to be a leg injury, and also they had foul problems.
Yeah, that was the problem with Quinnipiac, is they got McClure got in foul trouble and Strotmanet got in foul trouble. So 2 of their posts out for most of the second quarter, actually. But I think you've got to look at it in a positive way, in a sense where it's a tie game, and 2 of your best players are out. And the Napolitano thing was a real problem, and I don't see her getting back in the game, which could be a problem for them. She's their leader in every category.
And again, Napolitano going down with what appeared a leg injury. She went down with about 8 minutes left in the second quarter, came back after a 4-minute respite, and then re-injured it again. Now, obviously, knee injury on the left side on crutches with a heavy bag of ice. Let's take a look at some of those first half highlights.
She played about 11 minutes in the first half, and Napolitano started out the game pretty hot. She was confident stroking the basketball. They were getting up to her in transition. She was just playing like a senior. I mean, this is her senior year. So to see her come out on fire is huge. And then this is actually the second time that she went down with what appeared to be a knee injury, and that's where she's all iced up now. This was the second time where she said, hey, I got to get off the court. And this could be certainly a problem for Quinnipiac. And other players were able to step it up, and Mans had a really nice first half. She was able to hit from the perimeter, which is what she does well. She was penetrating, too, and I think the reason why she's got the openings is because players have to cover her. She hits from the outside, so she's got the lane. And for Monmouth, it was Jasmine McCall. McCall was playing really well. She played very assertive. What I love about McCall is that she creates her own shot. She's got the ability to rise up, to step back, create space for herself to get her shot off. She rises like a guy. I love how she plays, and she's got to continue to be assertive. And then, of course, Sarah Olsen, who is Monmouth's leader, the senior, the floor general. She stepped up big, hit a couple of big shots, and played with a lot of assertiveness. And she's got to continue to look for her shot because this team really looks to her to score and do a lot of things out there.
Yeah, she hit 2 triples there. Of course, that first half, our first half number is brought to you by Geico, and you see the Monmouth Hawks and Quinnipiac both shooting in the 30s range, and the three-pointers, they both took double-digit attempts. Free throws, Monmouth's got to get better at that, 3 of 6. The rebounds, though, favoring the Hawks. The turnovers, too many for the Hawks. Points off turnovers, really not capitalized by the Hawks. And the steals, Quinnipiac came up with 7. And again, the big rebound difference was 25-20 in favor of the Hawks. So Quinnipiac again with their captain on the sideline on crutches, Maria Napolitano. She's a vocal leader, and she'll try to get her team ready for the second half as we're just around the corner from her. And welcome back to the 2016 MAAC Basketball Championships on ESPN3. Semis today here at the Times Union Center in Albany, New York. And our score at halftime, Quinnipiac 28 and Monmouth 28. Chris Williams working the sideline for us today, was just joined by Morgan Mance of Quinnipiac.
Both teams came out very aggressive in that first half, scoring the basketball. Any concerns with the defense on your part?
I mean, I think we're playing pretty good defense. I mean, we have to grab a couple more boards. And, they hit a couple of threes in the, towards the end, but I think we're doing all right. I think we're fine. I think we just need to settle a little on offense.
Well, with Maria going down with the injury, any concerns about her coming back? I know she's the inspirational leader of the team.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's, Maria's an unbelievable player, so it's hard to have her down. But, this is a time where other people need to step up and be leaders, so I think we can do it.
Thank you so much. Have a good second half.
And there is Maria Napolitano, the senior from Cincinnati, Ohio, obviously distraught because she can't be on the floor with her teammates. The leading scorer in the team coming in, second team all-conference, and now it's up to the rest of the crew here to try and push their team into the finals, which will occur Monday, 2:30 on ESPNU.
You got to just feel so bad for her at this point.
And again, problems in the foul column in that first half really bothering Quinnipiac.
And that's because Monmouth is attacking, and they're going to the rim. They're drawing the contact, and that's important for them because I think offensively they're better when they get to the rack.
Yeah, Johnson just picked up her third, also in foul problems, with Strautmanet with 2, McClure with the same number, and Martucci with 2. Here's Fabry. I like the way Fabry gets down the court. She really attacks the defense as they're trying to get back in transition.
She tries to do it while they're lulling to sleep, so to speak, and catches them off guard at times.
How cool is that to have your daughter playing Division I
cool.
basketball?
In college, it's really neat. You don't see it often in the college level.
Carly in her second year, limited minutes as a freshman because they were a stacked team that won the 31 games, averaged only 4 minutes, but stepped into a major role as the point guard here and has a great assist-to-turnover ratio of 2.3 to 1. Quinnipiac goes Johnson, Fabry, Strautmanet, Martucci gets the start here along with McClure. Saved there by Martucci. The redshirt junior and a late whistle. Christina Mitchell just picked up her third, and they can't afford to lose her. She's their rebounding queen.
Yeah, she's their only true post, and she's so consistent on the board, so she's definitely got to watch it on the rebounding front.
Martucci this year in the regular season knocked down 66% of her free throws, taking physical therapy at Quinnipiac campus over there in Hamden, Connecticut. She comes up with a couple.
I see Mitchell's coming out. She's got 3 fouls, so she's going to be out probably most of this quarter. She'll maybe come in the end.
Again, she was a big factor that they led in the rebounding column by a +5 in that first half.
Now you've got Strautmanet back in the game. You've got McClure back in the game, and there's a difficulty now on the block. Quinnipiac extending their defense a little bit tighter.
And the presence of Mans forces the travel. Well, you hit on the head, Julianne. You said that they want to take them off the bounce, which I thought the Hawks did a nice job in that first half.
As long as they can take care of the ball.
Fabry. So Martucci gets the start for the captain, Napolitano. Strautmanet missed it. Here's Barker pushing ahead now for Bethune. Nifty move, but lost it.
And going right into traffic.
Yeah, with behind the back. Nance led him in scoring in the first half with 9. Here's Fabry. Doesn't take a lot of those. Purvis on the run out.
2 quick shots by Quinnipiac and misses.
Good box out by Strautmanet. Strautmanet a little tardy coming up the court here in the third quarter. You see her moving into your screen. Mans fills the lane. Will they get the timeout? They do. Jemiah Bethune was out of control trying to grab the basketball. and she gets a timeout from her nearby bench.
I'm Mike Richter, and I love New York. There's no place like it in the world, especially in the winter. You know I love to play on the ice, but I also love the snow. New York has over 50 ski mountains, more than any other state. So carve some turns, catch some air, or snowmobile in a state with over 10,000 miles of trails. New York State is a winter wonderland. So plan your trip at iloveny.com. There's something for everyone.
At Quinnipiac University, we offer the warmth and spirit of a small town. You feel it the moment you step on our picturesque campus and a team of upperclassmen helps you move into your freshman dorm. You feel it in the dining areas as students and faculty share meals together. And you can cheer with your friends and Boomer the Bobcat at many of our exciting NCAA Division I sporting events. This is Quinnipiac University, where you're part of our community.
Know that you will always compete against the best while bringing out the best in yourself. To know that you are joining a family with a rich history in both academics and athletics. To know that you will become one of the future leaders of tomorrow. To focus on one goal, graduation. That's the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference, celebrating 35 years of excellence in academics and athletics.
All right, everybody, if this doesn't get your toes tapping, then check your pulse.
Ba 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 ba. The joy of cola, joy of bubbles, joy of fun, joy of Pepsi on your tongue. Greatest taste sensation under the sun. Ba 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 ba. Pepsi Cola.
Back here in Albany, 30-29. Quinnipiac in the lead with 7:44 left in the third quarter. And MAAC fans, the 2016 MAAC Softball Championship is May 11th through the 14th. It's hosted by the #1 seed. For more information, visit MAACsports.com/softball. Spring right around the corner. Softball's already started.
Yep.
A lot of the teams in the MAAC go down to the southern regions to play. And they play a ton of games in a small period of time. Maria Napolitano has been out since the second quarter with a knee injury, heavily iced, also was on crutches while they were warming up for the second half. Quinnipiac has a 1-point lead, early stages. There was a loose ball, and it was gathered in by Monmouth, and Palmatier called a timeout from the bench as we went to break. 8 on the shot clock. Bauman on a miss. Another shot clock rolls, did not touch the iron. And Martucci, well aware of the situation on the block.
Yeah, great block and solid defense by Quinnipiac, really making Monmouth have to work it. This is going to be an interesting half for Monmouth. Can they score enough points to stay with Quinnipiac? Can they stay consistent on that end of the floor?
And the other thing is, can they keep people off the glass and off the scoreboard like Straubene and McClure? Well, together, they've only scored 4 points.
In the first half, they did a great job doing that. So when you get down to these games, it comes down to which team can play their style.
Fabry's missed on a couple of shots really going third quarter. Olsen picking it up there in the corner. But took it out of bounds with her, so Mans to inbounds. Purvis back in for the Hawks. She's had a quiet game as well. McClure named the MAAC Rookie of the Week 4 different times this year and then awarded the Rookie of the Year on Friday night here in Albany.
And If McClure can get that little jumper in her repertoire, she's going to be deadly because she's wide open.
Good job by the veteran Martucci from Waterford, Connecticut. Here's Purvis.
And I don't really like the shots Monmouth is taking right now. If they don't take good shots, if they've got poor shot selection, Quinnipiac's going to make you pay because they get it down the court so quick and can get on a run.
There's that mid-range jumper that you spoke about, Julianne, by McClure. Monmouth on the three-point district. He's just 3 of 13 in the ballgame. Here's Walker. That's the three.
Atta girl. She keeps that stroke, that follow through. But if Walker can get going, she's got 9 points right now. 2 for 3 from three-point land. She's got to continue to stroke it.
And you mentioned also doing a great job on the glass. She's got 6 boards.
I think she's the player that's capable of taking a game over at times, and I think that she's got to really see that and be assertive.
Swing back dribble for Bethune.
And Jasmine Walker with a pretty deep three, and it's off the skip pass. And this is, you just can't lay off someone that far. And if you do, you're going to have to pay for it. And that's the way to make a team pay for it, by laying off of you.
Earlier this year, Walker had a double-double against Providence with 10 points and 10 boards. This is an interesting story on Jemiah Bethune. She actually went to Penn State. Her first year there, she played club basketball.
Yeah, it is
did
really
very well, but that counted as a year of eligibility, and then transferred in to the Monmouth Hawks from Union, New Jersey. So she's a senior. Brittany Martin on the floor for the second time here today. Her sister just graduated. One of the all-time leading scorers in the history of Quinnipiac and a throwaway.
And Stratman is out with 3 fouls.
Olsen, along with Walker out there. Bauman with Purvis. That's Purvis. Watch out for her getting hot.
And you had just said, Dean, Purvis has been quiet. Well, that's the way to wake up, because she's got the ability. She's got to continue to look to shoot.
Quick shot there by Mans. Hawks giving up some offensive rebounds here to start the third quarter, and they're over the back on Mans.
And that's because they are missing Mitchell. And Jemiah Bethune with the 3. A great job coming up big. And Thais Purvis as well.
We are St. Peter's University, a place where students who are eager to learn are taught by people who care, on a campus designed for both to thrive. We're proud to offer incredible learning opportunities and life-changing experiences, and that means our students are prepared to succeed in their fields, in their communities, and all over the world. Get to know St. Peter's University, the Jesuit University of New Jersey.
Thanks for the ride around Norfolk, and I just wanted to say Geico is proud to have served the military for over 75 years.
Roger that. Captain's waiting to give you a tour of the Wisconsin now.
Could have parked a little bit closer. It's going to be dark by the time I get there.
Geico, proudly serving the military for over 75 years.
Deep within you is a relentless drive. You come prepared. You come willing to work. You come to win. Discover the Performance Protein Bar made just for you. Come ready. 24 grams of protein, 5 grams of fiber, no sugar alcohols. One unbelievably awesome taste. Come ready. You don't quit, and neither should your bar. Come ready for the competitor in you.
Your toes tapping, then check your pulse.
The joy of cola, joy of bubbles, joy of fun, joy of Pepsi on your tongue. Greatest taste sensation under the sun. Pepsi Cola.
Mild upset right now in the works. The Monmouth Hawks, the 5 seed, who got by the 4 seed Fairfield yesterday over the top dog in the conference, Quinnipiac, 36-32, and have come out and hit consecutive threes. And we were just talking about that, for them to try and knock down some long shots.
Yeah, Monmouth needs to continue to do that. They need players that are going to take over the game and be offensive minded.
And Walker and Purvis have lit it up on 3-point shots in the last couple possessions. This is Walker. There's Purvis off the step back. Affected there by Mans.
And we see Olsen basically being denied and face guarded by Fabry. She's not letting her breathe.
Yeah, Olsen has the 8 points on 5 shots. Stroutman back in the lineup with the 3 fouls and scored.
They need her out there offensively. And now we'll see if they go at her on the other end, because they really need to abuse that. And that's the way to take it at her.
Off the misfire was Purvis. Now here's the run out by Fabry with the trail by Mans. Carly Fabry, MAAC all-conference player as far as all academics. Did a wonderful job this year. 71 assists, 31 turnovers in the regular season. And Chewin, who led him in scoring yesterday with 24, lights it up.
That's good patience, and I think Quinnipiac, when they're patient on the offensive end, they get good looks. I don't like their offensive flow when they just rush things.
So the 4-0 run here by Quinnipiac. Nice delivery.
Really nice pass.
Bethune sets up Bauman.
It's the way to get to the rim and then find your open teammate.
So far, the Hawks have had answers for the runs by Quinnipiac. They go downtown there for Stroutman.
Well, that's the key. You can't allow Quinnipiac to get out without capitalizing back.
And a miscue right there by Bethune.
This is all because Bethune was able to penetrate baseline. She draws 2, and then she finds Bauman, who slips into the open space, and that's really nice teamwork. Draw 2, slip into the open spot, and gets the finish.
And that young lady, Erica Bauman, with the finish from Marcellus, New York. That's up in the Finger Lakes region, which is obviously north of here. And poor young lady got there, was really anticipating her freshman year, gets mononucleosis, and was out for about a 6-week period. Stroutman with the 3, and she can make those shots on the year, knocking down 46.4%, the co-leader on the team.
She's one of the best competitors in the conference, if you ask me. She plays gritty, aggressive, and I love the way that she responds. You just can tell she just doesn't take any crap.
That's right. Martucci with the quick 3-pointer. There's Olsen. And coming back, Stroutman, showing basically a variety of her skills.
Really good job getting back in defensive transition by Quinnipiac.
Stroutman, a 6-foot Latvian, will be around 3 more years. Made the back all rookie team. McClure setting up her teammate. And Chewin with a couple buckets here in the 3rd quarter. And then the quick 3. Not sure Palmatier wants that shot right there.
Whenever Monmouth takes quick shots, and it's not the greatest of shot selection, Quinnipiac seems to capitalize. So I would have to agree. A lot of times when you reverse the ball and you pass, you think you have that shot initially, and you probably do, but you're going to probably have it 2 passes away.
Warren Harding has the call, and a back down by McClure. Jenny Palmatier told Chris Williams, who's working the sideline for us today, hey, we got to stop runs. And right now, got a nice little run going here by Quinnipiac. Purvis, her second personal foul. Fresh shot clock, 57 seconds left in the third quarter. Schuin, Fabry, Martucci, Mans out there, and McClure. McClure in double digits this year 9 times. But she also fouled out of 5 games, and she was affected by 2 fouls in the first half. They like to ISO her.
And they're going one-on-one, and Mitchell's in some foul trouble, but she's got to be there for help here.
Took a little too much time that time. Fabry obviously aware of the shot clock. And the Hawks will get it.
And good help defense by Monmouth.
So McClure's really got to be aware of the shot clock situation. She dribbled that ball down to the 7-second
You
mark.
got to know time in possession. And she didn't get a good look at it. She didn't get a good shot. She didn't even get a shot.
Tricia Fabry, the MAAC Coach of the Year for the 2nd straight year. Just saw her on the sideline, leading this program to 5 straight 20-win seasons, trying to get them in the MAAC title game for the 3rd straight year. They won it all last year. Off the bounce and one. Jasmine McCall with that quick step using the iron.
This is a big bucket by McCall to end the quarter. Nice job. Good body control. She hangs in the air and she doesn't shy away from the contact with the finish. And that's a big bucket. And now she's got a chance to tie the game going into the 4th quarter.
And the 3rd foul on Martucci, who has played all of this 3rd quarter. There's your conventional 3.
Yeah, huge possession.
4.5 seconds to get it up on the rim.
I don't know if Schuin's aware.
And fires one well wide of the mark. Sarah Schuin. We got a tight one. We were tied at halftime. 28-28 after 3 quarters. Each team scoring 13 more points. 41-41 as we head to the decisive 4th quarter.
Classic tournament basketball coach, nip and tuck.
Yes.
Without Maria on the floor, where are you going to get some senior leadership from some of the young players?
Well, you know what? This team has done it with balance all year, and every game we've had a different person come up, either lead us in scoring, defense, and we're just finding a way right now, and we're in the throes of a great one. But our team has responded. It's still tied after 3. We're looking forward to the next 10.
Last couple of minutes having a tough time keeping them out of the lane off the bounce.
You know, that's been a challenge for us all games, but we're still tied, and I just liked how we answered offensively to keep pace with them.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, direct your attention please to the court. Pepsi is proud to present Dress Like a Player. This is how it works. So the music begins, contestants must race to the first big stop and put on a t-shirt. Anyone on the opposite of the court as they climb back gear along the way. Once they reach the other end of the court, they must grab the ball, dribble lap to the other end. First contestant to make a basket will win. It's a nice hand for Patrick, her gray sweatshirt. Ciara in yellow. All right, contestants, when you hear the music, you may begin. Ciara's pretty quick. She's got it all on now the wrap. Patrick doesn't have his t-shirt on. Let that go. Lose the sneaker. Ciara. Great job, Ciara. You have won a MAAC prize match. Thank you both. Patrick and Ciara for taking part in today's Dress Like a Player.
Monmouth had a single-digit lead after 1 quarter of play. Quinnipiac answered back, and they took a 13-12 lead in that 2nd quarter to tie us up at 28-28, and nobody could separate from each other. 13-13 in the 3rd quarter. 41-41 our numbers. Chris Williams just lined up the Coach of the Year in the MAAC, Tricia Fabry.
classic tournament basketball, coach, nip and tuck.
Yes.
Without Maria on the floor, where are you going to get some senior leadership from some of the young players?
Well, you know what? This team has done it with balance all year, and every game we've had a different person come up, either lead us in scoring, defense, and we're just finding a way right now, and we're in the throes of a great one, but our team has responded. It's still tied after 3. We're looking forward to the next 10.
Last couple of minutes having a tough time keeping them out of the lane, off the bounce.
You know, that's been a challenge for us all games, but we're still tied, and I just liked how we answered offensively to keep pace with them.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
You have to love the confidence that Trisha Fabry.
Yeah.
She's been through the wars, right? And her team obviously is coming in with a tremendous record, 23-7, won the MAAC regular season. You can just tell down in her gut she feels they're going to win this game.
Yeah, well, she's counted on a pretty deep bench all year, and she's been able to rotate players in and out, and she does feel like they're going to be able to make up for the loss of Napolitano in this one. And hey, it's a tie game. A lot of time left here in the last 10 minutes.
She does have some foul problems. Stroutman, as well as Johnson and Martucci, all with 3. Monmouth Hawks, the 5 seed, trying to advance to the MAAC title game for the first time in the school's history. Stroutman working there on Mitchell. Martucci to the alley. Big rebound by Mitchell.
And now Mitchell's back in the game, so they could use her on the block to rebound.
Turnovers by both teams plaguing them. Quinnipiac, we had 8-16 so far for the Hawks, and Fabry. She misguided a couple three-point attempts in that third quarter, but she hits a big one.
Yeah, that's a deep one, too. She was about 5 or 6 feet behind the arc. And you're right, Quinnipiac has done a good job capitalizing off of turnovers. They've got 16 points off turnovers, and that's been the Achilles heel of Monmouth.
So, Julianne, here we are in the fourth quarter. If you're the Monmouth Hawks, as we get a stoppage in play, and something is wrong, I think, with Jasmine McCall. Not sure. Warren Harding will go over.
Well, this is a nice job by Fabry. She just sets herself up. She's a few feet behind the arc and strokes it. She's got a great shot when she's got her feet set.
So the problem seems to be a contact lens problem. Hearing from Andy Brill, who is the man in charge in our truck. Also want to give a shout out to our graphics artist.
Artist?
Dave Burke.
I like
yes,
that.
I kind of spun
They are
that.
artists.
He's been battling a flu-like symptoms since he got here, and he's a
geez.
warrior, man.
We love it. We appreciate everyone.
We sure do. We've had a great crew throughout the year. Again, Andy Brill calling the shots for us. Here is the run inside by Olsen.
Wow, what a shot. And that was a difficult shot, underhanded.
There you see the Quinnipiac lead at 1.
Sarah Olsen here with a nice job getting to the rim. She's so good at getting herself there. She maneuvers her body and does the nice little scoop shot.
Step through by Stroutman. Obviously, Stroutman playing for the Latvian national teams, the U16, the U18, U20. She's got experience having played in Europe.
She doesn't play like a freshman at all. And, you know, I think that it's going to come down to her at the end of the game here because she's a gamer. She does have that experience, and she doesn't play like a youngin' at all, and she's going to look to score. She's really poised, too, so I expect to see them looking to her a lot this quarter.
Majoring in engineering at Quinnipiac. Good free throw shooter. Down low, Mitchell is trying to turn on Mance.
Mitchell's not really a big scorer for them. She does a lot of things for them on the glass, but I think Jenny Palmatier would love to see her step up her game a bit in the scoring department and get more moves in her repertoire because she's got the size. But I think Monmouth here, they're going to have to take it off the bounce and do what they've been doing throughout the game, get to the free throw line.
Mitchell for the clear. Straumanet has made 13 attempts, made 4 shots so far.
And neither of these teams have led by more than 4 throughout this game, which is unbelievable. It's been close.
There's a problem with the entry. Hawks will keep it. This is a Quinnipiac team that just drilled Monmouth in their last meeting, January 28th, 95-58. After losing a 3-point game, their last loss of the year, January the 2nd, to the Hawks, 63-60.
Shows a lot.
It really does.
You just really don't know what's going to happen. And what team is going to show up, and I think that's what Monmouth's been a little bit inconsistent at times.
Bethune tried to push it from the 3-point land. McClure, Mann, Straumanet, Fabry, Martucci on the floor right now for Quinnipiac, trying to secure a win and get to the MAAC Finals, which will occur Monday afternoon, 2:30 on ESPNU. Our second game today, Iona and Marist at 1:30 here on ESPN3. Nice move inside by McClure.
McClure just has such nice finesse to her. She's so smooth in there and has nice moves. This is the largest lead for either team.
It's a key time right now for the Hawks. They've been trying to force it down low.
I'm not sure why.
And the turnover count is now at 17 for the Hawks.
Way too many, and it's killing them.
Yeah, we talked about where they're paying dividends today is off the bounce. They continue to force the issue down on the baseline. Taken away by Olsen. Then the reach by Fabry. That's actually a good foul by Fabry, because that was going to be probably 2 on a layup.
Yeah, Olsen can be tough in the open floor, so it is a smart foul. But I do think for Monmouth to be successful, I think that they should also try to take it at Straumanet. Get her in foul trouble. Get her 4th.
And
McClure. Both of them struggling, so take it at them. And don't settle for bad shot selection.
Morgan Manns leaves. Fabry will leave as well, so Martin and Schuin replace them. Now they're going to get their normal starting point guard, Mackenzie Barker, back in. Out goes Walker. McCall pulls up on the foul line, steered it short.
And those shots are just not falling this half, or this quarter, actually.
McCall's 3 of 13 from the field. Here's Martucci.
And I think that's a matchup problem, because I think Schuin can take Mitchell off the bounce.
Hustle play by Straumanet, but she got her 4th foul on the submarine. So Paula Straumanet with foul problems throughout the season. Mentioned earlier.
Yeah, they can't afford to lose her in this one, so she's coming out.
Fouling out of 11 games. Now, Mance had just come out, but now she has to replace Straumanet with 5:48 left here in the 4th quarter.
Imagine if Straumanet was able to control the fouls and she could stay in 40 minutes, what she could do.
So you're right. She plays half a game, basically, 20 minutes a game.
And she's still able to produce. So I think something going into her sophomore year that she's going to have to learn from this freshman year is how to control the foul situation.
Olsen to the rim. And they really need Olsen here in the final 6 minutes of this game.
Yeah, they've got to attack. They were doing a good job the whole game attacking, and then there's been a few minutes span in this quarter. They have not. So this is a nice job by Mitchell finding Olsen, and Olsen so good at taking it off the bounce and drawing contact.
Mance's 3rd personal foul. Olsen, a very good free throw shooter. Well, Freehold, New Jersey. Now they'll bring Fabry right back in, and out goes Martin. Olsen only getting 6 shots on goal here in the ball game, making 4 of them, 2 of those triples.
she's been smothered today.
You mentioned about Fabry face guarding her throughout the game.
They don't want her to beat them. It's wise coaching.
Also their leading scorer, 11 a game in the regular season. Martucci played a lot as a redshirt sophomore a year ago. Barker is a very good point guard rebounder. 5 a game. Teardrop.
It's a nice shot in transition. And one of my favorite moves. And she was recruited as a backup point guard. But when Helena Kurt got hurt, she stepped up and she's done a really nice job.
Kurt was hurt in the offseason playing over in Europe, so she steps into a role.
Not a flashy player, but she gets the job done.
Just gritty. From Beaumont, West Virginia. Shot clock at 6. Fabry shoves it to McClure.
A great job getting into the teeth of the defense. You want to get into the middle of the lane, and you've got the option as to where to pass it.
One possession lead here for the Quinnipiac Bobcats. Trying to capture their 24th win of the year. To the dish goes Austin. And the ball going back to the Bobcats. 50-47, 5 points has been the biggest lead in the ball game. The Quinnipiac Bobcats just had it earlier. Nip and tuck here in Albany for semifinal of the day featuring Monmouth and Quinnipiac. There you see the line score, and Quinnipiac taking the lead here by 3 by outscoring the Hawks 9-6. But Monmouth really a wonderful story. They were picked in the MAAC preseason poll to end up 9. They ended up tied for 4th with 11-9 record. Got hot at the right time at the end of the year.
Yeah, and this is what you play for. It's for March. You want to play your best ball right now and peak right now and play the best as a team. And I'm very impressed with how they've finished the season out.
Fabry has gone quite a few minutes here in this one at the point guard. They took her out for about a minute respite. With Johnson, McClure, Schuin, and Martucci. Stroutmanet is on the bench with 4 fouls. Maria Napolitano went out with an injury in the first half, and she is done for the day. Here's Johnson. Didn't get it to roll, but draws the foul.
Monmouth switching to that 2-3 zone, and whenever they switch to that zone, Quinnipiac picks it apart. They find the middle of the lane area, foul line extended, and they slice it open by going high-low.
There's Napolitano with a heavy bag of ice on that left knee. Got injured, went out to the locker room, came back, and then kind of had a misstep as soon as she got back on the court in a tied-up ball situation that she wasn't even involved in, and then done for the game. So they're trying to win it for their senior from Cincinnati. McClure comes away with it.
Nice hustle by McClure to grab that board. This is crunch time right here. This is when you got the gut check.
Johnson, long distance.
Quinnipiac has this swag. They've got the fire that knows how to win games, and this is what they do. Come fourth quarter, they pull away at the most apropos time.
And their depth is showing here today, that's for sure. Injured player, plenty of foul problems as Maria Napolitano goes into the huddle, and Johnson free for the 3.
And it came off of a McClure offensive board. She hustled to that rebound, and they get an extra possession, and this is what happens. And Johnson with the key 3 from that left-hand side. That's when you want to hit it. Right now, you're nearing the 3-minute mark. That's a gamer.
Quinnipiac, with their experience, showing here in the final quarter of play. They've been here. They know what it's like to be on this stage. In fact, it's their 4th straight semifinal appearance. They had one in the NEC before they got here to the MAAC 3 years ago. This is their 3rd straight. And a team that just recently won the MAAC regular season title on the final day of the regular season over Iona.
As a program, they've been here, but many of these guys have not really been here. You think about McClure, Strautmane, and you got sophomores like you got Schuin as a sophomore. Fabry, she's a sophomore. And, you know, they really didn't have huge roles last year, so they're trying to make this their own.
Well, it was telling. They lost their first 3 games of the MAAC season. In fact, only one other team has responded to go undefeated the rest of the year. You know who that was? The Marist Red Foxes back in 04-05. Lost their first 3 league games and ran the table.
It was a year before I played.
Of course, your career spanned from 05 to 09, right?
Yep. I redshirted that first year, so I didn't play.
It's got to be unbelievable to play in these circumstances in a big arena here in the MAAC playoffs. What do you recall most?
Oh, it is such an awesome experience. I mean, this is a playoff experience. You're playing in an arena, and it's a lot of fun. And, you know, and then Quinnipiac's got this 18-game win streak, the 5th longest streak in D1 basketball. But this is what you play for. You come here and you can throw everything else out the window. You want to win a MAAC championship.
Martucci comes up with a key theft, draws the foul. And there's one of the veterans on the team. You mentioned, we've got the freshman in Strautmane and McClure. But Martucci got decent time. Last year played 35 games and averaged 15 minutes on a team that was just stacked. Guastella, Abshire, Nikolai.
Yep.
All playing in Europe right now.
They were stacked for sure. And you get out here and you just got to play free and let it all hang out because this is it. This is the end of the road.
I know your team's had long win streaks as well, like Quinnipiac. Is there extra pressure because of a win streak?
Sure. I mean, I think so. But, you know, we never allowed it. We think we had an 18-game win streak when I was a junior, maybe? Sophomore or junior, I believe. And Martucci with a huge bucket, 3-pointer. But you can't let it get to you. You just got to take it one game at a time and play your style and your game and not think about it. You've got to play free or you're going to play poorly.
Throw away by the Hawks.
This is off the dribble penetration and the ball reversal. Ball reversals equal good shots. Martucci sets herself up.
And Quinnipiac here in the second half, 4 of 13 on 3-pointers. They've hit some key ones here. Johnson and then Martucci right there with the lead. Now up to 8.
You know Trisha Fabry's got to be happy right now with how her team's responded to adversity.
Is Martucci with the 7 points to her credit. Strong rebound. Olsen. It was tapped out by a Bobcat. And go back to the interview that Fabry did with Chris Williams in the course of the fourth quarter. You could just tell her confidence in her team. Even though she has injuries and foul problems, she expects other people to step into major roles.
And when a coach has that expectation, you as a player have that expectation. If a coach believes in you, you tend to believe in yourself. So I think that that's important, how she comes off and gives that off to her team and program. Like, hey, shake it off. Don't worry about it. Don't let this get you down.
Olsen to the rim with an and one. Well, we talked about Olsen's got to get more shots up. She just made her 5th in 8 tries.
And Olsen's done it going left a lot. She's got a good left hand, and she's got an ability to maneuver her body. And that's off of a good hesitation to change the speed of your dribble, and a lot of times you can get an open lane.
Doing on her 2nd foul. Olsen's numbers today, 14 points on the year. She averaged 11.8 in the regular season. Brought down by Mans. So Quinnipiac goes McClure, Mans, with Fabry out there, Stroutman in. And anchored in the right corner is Martucci. And Fabry calls for a timeout. She was getting close to the 10-second count, 1 second away.
Yeah, smart timeout. You want to gather your thoughts here and draw up a play, maybe a quick hitter. And you don't want to get called for the 10-second, and then you lose the possession. But you get a situation like this, you've got to get a stop if you're Monmouth. You're under the 2-minute mark here.
Quinnipiac, as we mentioned a couple times, 18 wins in a row. Ranked right up there with the likes of UConn, Colorado State. Coming up in our 2nd game, semifinal, number 2 Iona, number 3 Marist. That should be a heck of a battle. They split the season series.
It really will be. I mean, one game was a blowout, the other one was a 1-pointer. So you don't know what's going to happen in that one either. But Marist, the more seasoned program for sure, as far as being there. But Iona's had a great season.
They really have. And we're going to see 2 of the marquee players. Actually, we're going to see a lot more of the 4 of the marquee players. You got Coffey and Jaros from Marist. You got Lizarazu and Adams from Iona.
Yep. 2-headed monsters on both sides.
Martucci. Purvis rebound. Mans was tying her up. And Quinnipiac gets the arrow. They've become more aggressive on the glass here in the second half, the Bobcats.
They've cleaned it up. The first half, Monmouth out-rebounded them pretty well.
2-possession lead here for the Bobcats with the ball. Under 90 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Nice hands. Walker got a piece of that.
And great defense by McClure.
That's the way to really hang in the gap. Not come out and cover someone in transition. That's the perfect way to defend a transition layup by McClure.
4th one on Martucci.
Well, look at this defense. She hangs in the gap. She doesn't attack the dribble, but that's where she got the foul. It was after the fact, and she reached in.
Monmouth at the line today, 10 of 16 overall. On the year, they made 68% of their tosses. There's Martucci. Jasmine Walker. 10 points so far today. She's been good at the free throw line. Here comes the pressure from the Monmouth Hawks. Monmouth actually has 1 foul to give. They have 3 team fouls here in the fourth quarter.
They've got to play aggressive here.
Fabry. Martucci seems to be in the right spot each time.
And then Olsen gets the foul as she reaches in there, but you've got some to give up.
Fabry came up a little bit with a wobble and a limp.
Well, she goes so hard to the basket that she might have gotten hit.
In high school at Laurel Hall, she won a Connecticut State Championship. Get a fresh shot clock, so we're under a minute in regulation. And there's the give-up foul by Mitchell. Well, that's her fourth. Corrected, it's the 15th foul. So here's Morgan Mans. 74% at the line throughout the year. Just a junior. She had season-high games against Hartford and Georgetown with 15 points in each of those games.
And Trisha Fabry said sometimes she's a little too unselfish. I think I said that earlier in the game, but she's a player that really came today to play. She's a junior, so she's a little bit more seasoned, but
Monmouth comes in with a host of seniors on this roster with a sub-500 record. They need the win here to move on and get any chance of postseason play. And there they are in the last minute, possibly, of their career.
And you got to play with that urgency for sure.
And Mitchell on the finish. It's a 4-point lead.
The coaches are calling a foul. They allowed some time to go off. Probably more than they wanted.
So the first one on Walker. And they'll put McClure at the line. And on today, she's 2 for 2. She had a big game earlier this year against Iona in the first meeting with 22 points.
She's had some year.
MAAC All Rookie team member, and then ended up on Friday being named the Rookie of the Year. That's a great start to her career. Archbishop Roy High School is where she played, down in the city. 2 big bigs.
She's only listed as 5'11", but she looks a little taller.
And another lady that can go off the bounce and play the post. Olsen showing that left hand. And Johnson taken down. So the last time the Quinnipiac Bobcats lost was January the 2nd, 64 days ago, to the Monmouth Hawks down in New Jersey, 63-60. And since that time, winning the 18 in a row. And obviously looking for a redemption here today.
And this is the more important game, for sure. I mean, like I said, you can throw out the regular season at this point in the game. But, you know, you see teams so often that each time, I mean, it's especially when you get to this tournament, you see coaches that will put in new plays, they will put in new offenses and defenses because you want to try to do some things, add some wrinkles because everybody's seen you play.
Not what Quinnipiac wants to do here with the clock stopped. Strautmanet has fouled out of her 12th game this year. She leads at double digits, but again, didn't garner a ton of minutes in this one. You address that. They'll address it during her sophomore year, obviously, to be more of a disciplined player.
Yeah, you're better on the court for us than off.
Is that part transition from European basketball to
I don't know. I mean,
here?
she's a very aggressive player,
Right.
so I think you've got to be smart. I mean, the best teams in the country don't foul. If you look at UConn, they don't foul. They know how to block shots. They know how to move their body and position themselves in a way that is key to not fouling. So I think that it comes with seasoning as well. And she's young. I've seen players start out where they are in foul trouble all the time, and then by their senior year, they're smarter.
Fabry knew the foul was coming as Olsen had misfired on the second free throw attempt. Jenny Palmatier takes a seat by one of her assistants. Looking for her 70th win as a college coach in her 5th year. It's tough going up against the #1 seed. But again,
But they hung hard today.
Right.
They really played hard. They just didn't have enough gas to finish it out. And that's something Quinnipiac does have, and they seem to do it day in and day out. They finish ball games with wins.
Well, here comes the timeout after the second make by Fabry to go up again by 7 with 17.9. And we take a look now at our Cron's play of the game.
And it was off this ball reversal in the corner. A nice shot by Johnson from 3, and that was actually at a pivotal time in the game where it really gave them the momentum. I think it was about 3 minutes to go, and Johnson nailed it. A big shot in a big moment.
And for Brittany Johnson, that's her only made field goal, 4 tries.
And that's what happens when you've got a deep team, and that's what Trisha Fabry means. Hey, I've got some players I can turn to. So you've got confidence to put someone in that's going to step up and make a big shot.
So as you look ahead now, Quinnipiac looks like they're going to secure this win and go to the title game for the 3rd straight time. What an advantage that is to be on that championship Monday. You've already been there twice.
For sure. And this program just entered the MAAC. And, you know, I remember when they first got in the MAAC conference, and they came from the NEC where they had a lot of success. But when you enter a new conference, you've got to basically earn everybody's respect again because you're in a different conference. So they're doing that decisively by making it to the championship every year, by getting to the NCAA tournament last year. So they're rolling over into a new conference and doing well.
And the other point to make is this senior class that they have, key members like Napolitano, this will be their 106th career win, the all-time winningest class in Quinnipiac history.
What a shot.
Just kind of leaned in and hit a long three-pointer. And Quinnipiac couldn't get it inbounds, calls for the timeout. That's a big make right there by Sarah Olsen.
I did not expect this to go in, and Olsen comes around and just leans in. Line driver.
Yeah.
But I love the step-through move. Fake, go under.
Just like that, Olsen up to 18 points. And then played good defense on Fabry. They couldn't get it into the point guard.
Maybe too little too late because Quinnipiac is so good at the free throw line.
So Sarah Olsen, the leading scorer the last 2 years after she transferred in from NJIT. So if you're the Hawks here, obviously you contest the inbound, but then you got to obviously foul.
Best case scenario is get the steal, and you're right, you got to foul immediately.
And because of the new rule change, they will get the ball right by the hash mark in front of their own bench with a timeout called in the final 59.9 seconds.
That ball advancement under 59 seconds to go. I like it. It gives the other team the chance to score at this end.
And they get it into Mans. Walker on the foul. Morgan Mans is perfect at the free throw line. 4 for 4 in the ball game.
She has really nice touch on her shot.
She really does. And again, a great outside shooter, 46% on threes there. Senior Bethune coming out. And Bauman comes out as well, a freshman. And Mans goes 6 for 6 here in the ball game at the line, now taken out in favor of Brittany Johnson.
She's such an X-factor player. I just love the way she's come up big in big moments this year.
Carbone, they brought her off the bench. She's a top three-point shooter for them, and then they give up foul by Olsen. Sarah Olsen's career has come to an end. That's her 5th foul. And what a career she had. Even though it was a short 2 years, she made her mark on Monmouth basketball.
She did. She definitely took this team on her shoulders and led them. She's their energy player. A great career.
Came into this game with 1,053 career points.
They gave it their all today. They just struggled as far as taking care of the basketball. Had they not turned it over so much, this could have been a different outcome.
And earlier you saw Maria Napolitano, the senior, the leader for Quinnipiac, injured in the first half. Obviously feeling some emotion for her team as well, but now they will be advancing on in the careers of McCall and Walker as well, ending for the Monmouth Hawks. And that will do it. Quinnipiac 66, Monmouth 59. Quinnipiac goes to the MAAC Finals for the third consecutive year. They win their 24th overall. And now their win streak stands at 19. Monmouth Hawks finish out at 14-17 as the 5 seed. The upset over Fairfield yesterday. They did have leads in this ball game against the top dog Quinnipiac, but just not enough. A decisive fourth quarter win for the Quinnipiac Bobcats. Our final score, Quinnipiac 66 and Monmouth 59. And we'll be back with our post game right after this. And MAAC basketball brought to you by I Love New York. Winter in New York State. There's something for everyone. Plan your trip at iloveny.com. Final score here in Albany. Quinnipiac 66, Monmouth 59. Quinnipiac advances to the MAAC title game 2:30 on Monday with a win over the 5th-seeded Monmouth Hawks. And Chris Williams has worked the sideline for us today. Has picked up Tricia Fabry, the winning coach, and our Pepsi player of the game.
Congratulations, Coach, on a big win. During a tournament run, there's usually one game where you have to deal with adversity. Do you think this was that game?
I've always said there's 2 really tough wins to get every season. Your first one and a semifinal win in a championship. This one was certainly a difficult one. So this team was ready for it. The adversity certainly came early in the game with Maria going down with an injury. This team has been so gritty, so good, and we found a way. Couldn't be more happy for this team, how we handled our senior leader going down and how we responded and just fought for 40 minutes to come away with a big win. And for the 3rd straight year, we're going for a championship.
We talked early in the year, you and I, about a winning culture. In that 4th quarter, your team made some big championship winning plays.
We did. We just smiled. We enjoyed. It was still tied. Heading into the 10 minutes, we had nothing but smiles on our faces, and we enjoyed the competition. And I've got a great team, great players, great coaches, and we just were ready for the next 10 to go out and make those plays to win, and we certainly did it. And we saw a great competition, a great team in Monmouth Hawks. They looked really good. Hey, we saw the 2 hottest teams in the league playing for a semifinal with the right to go and play for a MAAC championship tomorrow. That was one heck of a semifinal game.
Thanks again, Coach. Congratulations. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Aaron, you know I'm a big fan of your game. Again, you do a little bit of everything. In that game, after Maria went down, did you feel any added pressure to do a little bit more?
No, it wasn't no pressure. It was more like, let's do it for Nat, Maria. She's our leader this whole season, and she still led us even in this game, even being out. And we just came together as a team and was like, we're going to do this for her. And we did.
Well, you guys have been playing so well, so hot. Was this kind of unexpected, a tough game?
This was a very tough game. We knew Monmouth was going to come out hard hitting, and they did, and they definitely kept it very competitive, and they didn't let up, and we just had to play harder. It was mostly who wanted it more coming down the stretch. That was who's going to get the win.
Thank you so much. Congratulations. Enjoy.
Thank you.
And thanks, Chris. As we look at the updated bracket now, Quinnipiac off wins against Niagara, and here today against Monmouth advances to the 2:30 Eastern Time championship game for the 3rd straight year. You can view that game on ESPNU. And coming up next, we've got Iona and Marist in the 2-3 battle, and that should be a heck of a game as well. So, as Tricia Fabry said, this game was entertaining, and Monmouth gave them everything they could.
They really did, and that's all you can ask for if you're Jenny Palmatier, is giving it all you've got. But I'm very impressed with how Quinnipiac responded to adversity, like Tricia said, and she's really proud. It's evident of her team for stepping up under pressure like that and coming up with a tough one. They had to battle today, so a good win for Quinnipiac.
Sure is, and congratulations to the Monmouth Hawks as they finish up the year, winning 5 of their last 6, and they'll be ready for next year. And again, coming up next on ESPN3, we'll bring you another semifinal matchup between the Marist Red Foxes and the Iota Gales. Be sure to join us all weekend long right here as we bring you the action of the 2016 MAAC Basketball Championships on ESPN3. For Julian Vianney and Chris Williams and our entire crew, I'm Dean Darling. We'll see you in a little bit for the Marist and Iona game, 1:30 Eastern Time.